Look at that belly. Oh my. Now I'm just freaking out. It's dressed like this ferret. So long now. I can't imagine losing you. And I love all of you. All that wasted water. Alright, so we're back over here at the fish cemetery. Okay, so we're under a severe state of emergency. Yes, another one bites the dust. That's King Goby. So a couple things are going on. Now there's something in the tank, and this sergeant is going absolutely nuts over it. Now if you look, they kind of look like little bugs. If you look at the dark shadows on the rocks, they're moving like little lice. Those are either copepods or amphipods. But the wild thing is, they're supposed to be good. And what these are exactly are a larva stage of a plankton-type crustacean that's actually amazing and great for your tank. People pay to have these in their tank, believe it or not. So the water is discolored for this reason, because we treated it when we started noticing the gobies were at the top and kind of avoiding the sergeant at all costs and hiding over, I mean, way more than they used to. They've stopped eating for the past 3 days, which they always eat at least twice a day. They were hiding behind the bubbles, so we figured they were stressed out and possibly developing something that was not good. So we went ahead and just treated the tank to take safe measures with an extremely light dose to take proper precaution. So yesterday, the little goby passed away. And this morning, my Sunday started out with waking up to the big one passing away. So the only other thing is, now since we've been in quarantine, we have been mixing and making our own salt water at home. And the salinity is always up to par. We have a refractometer over here and it works amazing. So all the parameters are great. Nitrates, nitrites, ammonia, pH, everything is always good with our test strips. We are always testing the water, as well as an advanced pH test kit and water test kit that we're using. However, these test kits do not test for metals in the water that could be toxic to the fish, which have never been a problem, nor have been any problems towards our freshwater fish. But why? Why the saltwater fish? Now, we did a water change on this tank yesterday on the freshwater tank with the baby bass, and there was a dead minnow this morning stuck to the filter. However, there is a minnow in his belly, wherever he is, so I know that last night he ate. Now, could that minnow have been tortured, or could it have been mangled up and then it, passed away and then got stuck to the filter? Very, very likely. And now the crawfish is eating it. Because otherwise, if there were toxic metals, is what I'm thinking, that everything else would be at jeopardy here. Now, I'm just freaking out and very upset about this, because we've had these gobies for so long now. And especially you. I can't imagine losing you. You've been through everything. Look at that tail. If you guys have followed the other videos too, this fish has been in this fish hospital now for about 6 months, when it got its whole tail ripped off by one of its tank mates previously when it was in this saltwater tank right here, which before we even think about adding this water that has been aerating for almost 24 hours now to oxidize, that we're going to get a test kit from the home improvement store this morning and test the water to make sure it doesn't have any toxic metals in it that are going to kill my fish. Now, we typically always go with pre-mixed, pre-made water from the aquarium store to make sure it's always up to par, it's clean and pristine, and perfect just for what we need it for our aquarium tanks. Because I care about all of you and I love all of you. I do not want anything to happen to any of you. I mean, where's this bluegill? We even moved the bluegill in here from the bass tank because its tail looking pretty gnarly. So we're trying to kind of save that and just do the right thing even for the bluegill. And that's food. Now, one thing about us that you may not know is that we do everything in our power to make sure all of our animals are so healthy. We love them so much. So we always want to make sure they're well fed. We always want to make sure they're well cared for under the proper conditions with the best husbandry we can possibly offer it as an aquarium hobbyist. And last minnow standing, I don't know, maybe while we're out too. I'm just going to go ahead and scoop up some big ones really quick if we can. And why? Because we love our animals. And I love this little guy here. Look at that belly. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's no joke. Whew. And to express the care I even have for the baby bass, and reasoning to catch more minnows, is because these are very large minnows. We don't need these large minnows for that bass to absolutely have an exploding stomach when it can eat maybe one or two smaller ones. I don't know, I mean, I'm just stressed here. Stressed like this ferret wanting a treat. And this fish eats no matter what. It always eats. Nothing stops this guy from eating. Such a healthy fish. Which is why I'm concerned why the gobies, both of them, died within 24 hours, but this fish still thrives. So to the pet store we go. Goodness, it's crummy, rainy outside. So we went and just picked up RO water, which is reverse osmosis, clean water from the pet store. So this water now is going to be garbage. We are not going to trust this water nor use it to risk our fish. And what could have happened was when you mix the salt with the fresh water, we could have had elevated extreme high mineral content, which could have slowly poisoned the fish, which would have resulted in their death. So even after dechlorinating it and, making tap water safe, it still contains minerals that make it drinkable for human consumption, and then adding the salt to it increases all that mineral content and could cause a toxic level to your fish. So there's always complications, and it's always so much more complicated with salt water. This fish, being so hardy, survives anything. All that wasted water. So we just completed the water changes on both of the aquariums now, so now the fish are nice and happy. On our way back to a not so good familiar spot. I almost just walked right in to this crab spider's web. Look at this crab spider. Oh, that wouldn't have been fun. All right, so we're back over here at the spot, the fish cemetery, on this really crummy rainy day. For the third fish this week. I hope this is over. I hope this is done at this point. You can see we have one, we have two, now for the third. And this was one of my faves too. I've had him for so long. Oh man, it's never easy or fun burying an animal. Well, you gotta watch when you use tap water because you don't know what's in the tap water. Swim high, King Goby. You were a joy to have for as long as we had you for. And this quarantine and this corona caused us to lose several lives of our fish. So please give this video a like, comment below, and hopefully going forward, a lot more positive, prosperous videos for A1A Adventures. And always looking out for my animal's best interest, I picked up a little treat while we were at the pet store, a little pipe corner fitting for that little bluegill. But it will only be up to the bluegill to survive because every little thing we put in this tank, the mouth of this goldfish devours.